Good afternoon, students. This is Morgan Phenix coming to you from Stanley, Virginia. It's a beautiful, bright, sunny afternoon. July 4th weekend is over, and I'm proud to be an American. Okay? Of course, we'll read the newspaper tomorrow morning and find out what's going wrong and reasons for shame or for just shaking our heads. Okay? Something to work on. Just briefly, you've got a good handle on the discussion board and on the journal article critiques. Discussion board, remember, Thursday evening, 300 words post, and the two responses by Sunday evening, 200 words each. Make sure you're using reference in the post and in the responses. What reference does is it adds power and authority to your voice. Okay, you want to be heard, and you want to have what you're saying to include some background material that makes it really meaningful and significant, okay, that it can be applied to something, okay? So your reference can be out of Ruby Payne or Lorraine Monroe. It can be out of your journal article critique that you've looked into, and it could be from Scripture, of course, always, or for some outside readings. Alrighty? Journal article critiques, those are, of course, due Sunday evening. Everybody's been pretty much on time with them. One page only. Please don't go over on the second page. It's hard for me to do any comments on the second page anyway. Okay, just the way the comment structure works. You are dealing with a single article only. There's no need for any reference whatsoever. The citation goes at the top of the page only. Citation at the top of the page only. It can be somewhat abbreviated as well. APA guidelines, yet if it's retrieved from and you have 4 or 5 lines of internet, don't include that. It just takes up space. All right, for this assignment only. Okay, period. Okay, and then you have your author's thesis. It should be in the first sentence. Go directly to it. You got the citation at the top, which is the framing, the way I call it, the framing. Then you have your author's thesis, and then you have a little bit about the support that the author gives to his or her own thesis. Then your response. You must end with some sense of how this applies to your future. And if it doesn't apply because it wasn't a very useful article, just say so. Alrighty? Just say so, and you get full credit for that. And particularly if it's not strategic. If you read a journal article that is basically talking about how all kids can succeed, but not telling you how you're going to make this take place, just step right over it and just say, this was worthless in that it only gave generalities. We don't need generalities. You don't need that. If you're going to be a leader, you don't need generalities. It's not helpful. Alrighty, and I do also encourage you to choose journal articles that serve your diverse school proposal, and that's what this is about today. Okay, in week 3, you will be giving me the part 1 for the diverse school proposal. And the diverse school proposal is the major project of the course, has the most points, all right? And it is about a situation, a school that you would like to set up, or a program within a school. It could be an existing school. It could be a total dream school somewhere that you're going to build a school in Dominican Republic. Jason Hilgeman did that. That was his proposal. He built the school. It's continuing to build. He's now buying buses to bus the kids in, okay? But it must deal with diversity. It can't just be a school where all kids can learn. Please stay away from those generalities, okay? What's the diverse group? Is it migrant children in a traditional school setting? Is it homeless children? Is it children who are hungry? This whole issue of food insecurity. Imagine that in America, food insecurity. They say it's 1/3 of all kids in America. Okay, it could be a program within a school. That makes the project a little bit easier in that many of the demographic things and the structures of the school, the governance, and the marketing and those kinds of things, a lot of those are covered in the budgeting. Okay, the paying for it is regular funds. If you would like to do a Christian school, that is also a mainstream general sort of a program, so there must be some diversity to it, some diverse grouping within the school, or some particular diversity. For example, you might say, well, I want to do a charter Christian school. That means public funding. That's unconstitutional. Well, the Christian Brothers did it, the Catholics. They said, our buildings are falling down, nobody can pay the tuition, let's get some public funding. How do they do it? They took all the crucifixes off the wall, they removed the Bible from the overt curriculum, okay, and just moved everything to the side. They stopped wearing their whatever the religious garb was, and they ran the school as if they were Christ walking in the Roman world, okay. And Christ was not a Christian. He was he was the model for everything. Okay, and he worked within the Judaic surroundings and the Roman governance surroundings, and established for us all the proper behaviors that describe Christians in this day and age, right? Okay, so use your imagination. Okay, use your imagination, but please stay away from trite generalities. Okay, there's no time for that. Alrighty, and I think that's all. What other kinds of things? If you have a question about it, and that's a one-page document only, one-page document, and it's the part one, and it starts with your thesis. I would like to establish a school in which, okay, migrant children are given full opportunity and they're going to have to have some special. They would need to have some special programs, would they not? Because they'll be catching up. They'll be leaving in 3 months, okay, or homeless children, or foster children, or a community college where if you work in community college or have come through one. About 60 or 70% of the people who start never finish, or even higher percentages than that, and particularly children that come out of poverty or out of some urban areas or very, very difficult rural areas. What is it? They arrive there and they find they got to do all kinds of developmental. What could you do to make that kind of education much more likely to succeed? Or the foster children. Do you know what the percentage is of foster children that complete a college education? 2%. How could that possibly be? Well, the issues surrounding foster, the foster psychology and sociology is devastating. Okay, I think I've said enough. Once again, this is a one-page, part one, diverse school proposal. It's due this week. Enjoy it. Okay, enjoy the search and the challenge to come up with something. Alrighty, I think that's all I need to say for today. I wish you well. If you have any questions, please pop me an email, or if it's time sensitive, call on the cell phone. It's not always. I'm finding that I'm not always getting the messages, or if I'm in Walmart and can't hear you, it takes a while to establish the communication. But okay, thanks, folks. Have a great week. Bye bye.